If you have been alone on a Minecraft server, you understand the feeling that you think someone is online watching you from behind. But usually it's never like that. In the end, it's just a feeling, right? Well, not for this player. The first episode is titled, I opened my server, and already at first glance, it's pretty strange. Not only does it have the old Minecraft look, but the version is 1.20.1. He opens up multiplayer and stares at it for a bit. He doesn't click on it yet. Since he doesn't have a microphone, he clicks the add server button to start talking to us.
I actually feel like going on my server.
So he decides to load up and join a server.
Hey, what the?
He goes to type something interesting, but he doesn't press enter. But he's right, monsters shouldn't be able to spawn unless someone played on the server already. We can tell that he hasn't played yet based on the pinned comment. But he continues to explore the area until he finds a spot he likes. After getting some wood, he plans out his base saying the bottom half will be wood and the top will be cobblestone. All of a sudden, it's getting dark and he has to build his base quickly, but he points out something interesting. Where is his username? I guess this version is a mix of 1.20.1 and a very old Minecraft version that had no chat combined, which caused this issue. He brushed past it and moved on to finishing his base. The only thing he needed left was the door, and it was complete. But what's scary is his clarification he says in chat for making a server in the first place. He defined it between two reasons. The server was made for fun, and well, he has no friends. What we can get from this is that Tyler must have been the person in school who never got friends, so he went to video games like Minecraft, and maybe in a past life he had a server with friends that never treated him well. Now he plays alone on a server. It turned daytime, he exited his base and a new morning arose, and something weird happens. As Tyler is walking around going to explore, he all of a sudden just stares into the distance. The menacing fog staring back at him, but there's literally nothing there. What is he staring at? After a bit, he stops and continues with his world and pretends like he didn't do that at all. He goes to make a mine, but he didn't really get very far into it. He went back to his base and placed his cobblestone to finish the top. He realized he needs some more material, so he went back in his mine. But what he mines up is confusing. Copper.
Huh. That shouldn't be in the game.
He starts to realize that maybe this isn't the version he was meant to join on. Anyways, he expands his base, then goes AFK, says he has to go for dinner, and the video ends. This is where we start to understand it will get worse. With the second video, maybe it was a prank. It starts off in the same place he ended the first video with, his base.
Alright, I am back on. I am not sure what to do today, maybe finish up my base.
But as he walks out, the world had other plans. He started noticing things like random holes around his base, placed doors, and more importantly, signs. With questions still in his head, he decides to blame it on this brother as a prank.
This isn't funny.
He then decides to say random holes, yeah, definitely my brother, as if he's done it before, like it's a regular occurrence. Weird. As he's walking along, he finds an empty sign, and when we thought that was it, think again. He decides he needs some food, so he jumps in the ocean, swimming around trying to kill the fish. But as he's swimming, he finds another sign, but this time, it has something written on it. Though he still brushes it off as a prank from his brother, but how could it be that? You know where he is, and all these things happening are following your every footstep, like someone is watching you the whole time. It's night already, and he still wanted to explore, though in the middle of it, the video cuts with text saying, I'm watching. Then continues with him pressing his F3 graph and numbers all over the mobs.
Why do they have numbers?
He realizes he needs a bed to sleep, so he goes to kill some sheep, but in the middle of it, a creeper explodes. And all of a sudden, he has enough wool to make a bed. But after this, we get to see something that will help us understand more of the story. A few seconds later, a POV change. We get to see a different POV of Tyler walking to his base, making his bed, and sleeping to the next day. He goes back to his base, places a sign, and labels it Tyler's base, then ends the video. To conclude the second video, there's a description which at the start says my brother loves doing pranks, haha. But then if we scroll down a bit, there's a cipher code. And if we decrypt it, we get I feel as if someone can see me even though I'm alone. It's only getting crazier from here, with the third video, What Have I Found? Instead of the usual location, he's explored a bit further, and is at the Badlands.
I have been exploring for a bit.
As he's walking around, he finds a random wooden log. Yes, this is strange, but now he's starting to understand that it might not be his brother after all, even questioning himself with the how did he know where I was going? He continues exploring and looks around. It's getting dark, and he probably should head back to his base, but he doesn't. Tyler is persistent. Only a bit further and we see something in the distance. Tyler's very confused. It looks like a mini brick structure.
A new Minecraft structure?
He gets closer towards it. It doesn't look like something Minecraft would just add into their game. I mean, it even has candles around it. He decides to screenshot it and explore it even deeper, as there's a ladder going down. Tyler, being him, decides to continue.
What was that noise?
Tyler notices these weird blocks. They have yellow sunflower things on them that look like eyes. He decides to go further and even looking at these candles as he's confused how they're in the game. He goes deeper and further and further and he passes. Now he decides to realize it's not a prank, and he's 100% sure it isn't. He knows his brother's not on his account, and he knows his brother cannot be built in this. It's too far now to back out, he's already in this weird structure. He doesn't know what these blocks are, as they are from a later update in the Nether. He finds two signs that read, I will find a way to end you, you should get out of here. He's stuck in complete confusion after reading those signs. He hears stuff, he keeps hearing things, footsteps and weird sound effects. He thinks he's going insane, until...
I need to take a breather. I am freaking out.
Tyler spots a weird looking player in his world. He's confused, he rushes out. He tries to get out. He finds a sign that wasn't placed before, literally saying get out. He manages to escape, and he runs back to his base, in so much fear. Quickly opens his door and blocks it up. It's about time he finally figured out that there's definitely a player in his world. After looking through Tyler's channel, I've realized that his videos aren't in the correct order, so I was able to find the correct one, and the next video is Riddles.
Alright, fourth episode.
A new day, and it starts with Tyler rambling on about the figure he saw and hoping it was just a dream. But all hope is lost as soon as he exits his base. He sees a sign saying hello, followed by a trail of more signs. He keeps following the signs and finds another saying, "Are you a little scared?" If he wasn't already nervous, he very much is now. This pretty much confirms that he isn't the only player on this server. He really wanted to disconnect, but he decided not to. Again, Tyler is persistent. To distract himself, he decided to go on a mining trip. I made sure to brighten up the footage until Tyler gets some torches. Thankfully, he found some coal, so now he can get light, but for some reason, when he refreshed his chunks, his game started glitching a bit. Anyway, he crafts some torches and continues on his mining trip. He eventually finds some iron too, and crafts an iron helmet. Climbing up the mine he made, he eventually makes it out to the surface. He goes back to his base and looks around again, still worried as he can't get it out of his head that this whole situation is happening. And also, these eye-looking blocks, why are they everywhere? Apparently he has to get some food, so he has to go AFK. He stands still for so long, and I mean so long, like 20 minutes. But then, it seems like he came back, is what we thought. Turns out though, it was just his brother on his PC. Now that Tyler is back on his PC, he starts exploring, following the candles again. But this time, he sees something in the distance. Another structure. It's a black target with a yellow center. He goes up to it while being cautious about the entity. There lays the sign, saying, "You want to know what's going on?" Tyler says yes, hello, and then turns around and another sign that says "Come find out." As you can tell in the chat, Tyler is very scared. But as usual, he has no choice but to play these entities games, cause who knows what can happen if he doesn't. He walks in and falls immediately to just half a heart where one hit would end his life. Tyler's confused, as he should be. He's stuck in a pitch black, what the sign says, a maze of riddles to find the truth. What even is the truth? Well, maybe we'll figure it out. It seems like this entity loves playing games with him and wants him to find 3 riddles in a maze where he can't even see. Remember what the entity looks like? He has eyes all over him. The eye blocks, it all makes sense. This is a test to see if he can figure out the riddles and find them without using his eyes. He stumbles into the first riddle. I can reflect the world clear as day, but I have no voice, no words to say. What am I? At first Tyler started thinking, but even he started catching on to the story, saying the answer is eyes, but surprisingly, it wasn't. This is the first time we see the entity actually talk in the chat. He also has no name. Tyler thinks again, eventually understanding that it could be Mirror, and that was correct. Most of this video is Tyler going through riddles, but the interesting part comes at the end when this happens.
Yes, please let me out. Let me out.
As Tyler is trying to find his way out of his pitch black maze, he stumbles upon a sign saying, "You want your answer? Jump." And no other hope of getting out, he has to commit to it. Before the video cuts, we see a brief second of the entity in full light, without him being in the dark. This will be a recurring theme, as the next video, the plan, shows more of what he wants. It's the next day, and he's logging on the server, but it's not the usual position he was last in. He's met with the entity up in the sky, and he can't move since he's trapped with invisible barriers.
What do you want from me?
There's nothing much Tyler can do, except listen to what he's saying and stare into his eyes. All Tyler wanted to do is play Minecraft, and now he's complaining to this entity who just wants to destroy his life. He says that he brought him here for a specific reason, and that's because he passed the riddles from earlier. But the way this entity says something is kinda creepy. Trying to escape is futile, but don't worry, you won't be here for long. The entity finally starts saying the real reason, Tyler's up here. The reason the entity is inside Tyler's server. But the entity paused for a while, and I mean a while, until something finally happens. After getting weirdly hit, that pushed Tyler to the edge, and he was furious, as he just wants to know the answer, and the entity finally states, "But how is that possible? Tyler bought the server." Well, he bought it from a random website. Though Tyler starts freaking out as the entity says, "I'm gonna get rid of you for good." But Tyler then understands he can't. He doesn't have the console nor permissions. Well, that's where Tyler went wrong. He made fun of this, but he won't be laughing very, very soon. This other player tried to warn Tyler by saying the world will not be yours anymore once I gain access to the server, but Tyler made fun of it, without noticing that he's had permissions the entire time. And all this was just a game. And Tyler was playing it all along. He gave Tyler an option to be friends, real friends, and promised not to hurt him anymore. But Tyler instead said he didn't want real friends and he just wanted to be alone. But that was a mistake. This video is different from the rest. Tyler is on the console this time, and he's trying to find this player's name. He looks through everything, and when I mean everything, I mean everything. Through player data, to world stats, to world data. He found literally nothing.
I just don't know what to do. He is on my server as an anonymous and I can't ban him since he is in none of the files, or should I say it is cause who knows if it's an actual human or not. Well, all I gotta do is hope he doesn't get access to the server and he'll just keep playing the game. Thanks for watching.
What's cool in the console video is you can see the IP in the actual video itself, and you can actually try it right now. Problem is, you can't actually join, because it has mods that you just need to install, and I guess I don't know how to figure out those mods. It will be hard to find out, but still such a cool Easter egg nonetheless. Moving on to the next video, based on the title Infected, you can probably tell where this is going. It starts with text saying he logged on, and well, he spawns not near his base, and it's already dark. But something dangerous is happening. He gets closer to his base, and more closer he is, the quicker he finds out that his world has been infected. It seems like this entity has planted a virus in his world, which once fully taken over will give him full access to the server, console, and even Tyler's life. Tyler snaps back out of confusion and realizes what's actually going on.
Did he infect my world? Oh no.
Tyler thinks to himself, maybe if he gets rid of the infected blocks and replaces it back to his normal base, things will change. Well, you'll soon find out the real answer. Midway through replacing it, he realizes he needs some more wood. So, he goes to chop down some trees and some more trees. But as Tyler's walking, let me know if you can spot anything. Did you see that? If I play it in slow motion, you'll be able to see in the top left the entity just sitting on a tree watching Tyler. But somehow Tyler doesn't notice him. Until the very end, when Tyler gets on top of his base and spots it, and as soon as Tyler sees it, the game goes upside down and crashes. The only thing in the description is what looks like a command that the entity used to infect the world, and just like the message on the server saying it's too late, unfortunately for Tyler, it really was, as the next video, the virus has fully taken over his server. The video starts with a blur as we can see his game and the console in the back. He logs on Minecraft and clicks the server, and well, the server is looking a little different. Tyler starts being hesitant to click it, but eventually he decides to go for it. It doesn't work the first time, so he goes again, and this time it works. Instantly off the bat, he starts hearing noises from piglins and all these sort of mobs that weren't supposed to be in the version he's in. He instantly questions the server icon and message as soon as he's able to chat. He's so confused, but then it's even stranger when he sees the message. 1 out of 2 players sleeping. The entity is on his server. He walks out of his base and instantly it turns to day, as if someone has access to the console. He goes to look around and he looks at his sign. Instead of saying Tyler's base, it says, "It's my base now." Tyler is freaking out.
Tyler, calm down.
Although his whole world is corrupted, he doesn't just give up here. He's determined to beat the entity and get his server back. We know the entity is listening because when he complains about stupid mobs, they just disappear. Just like Tyler wanted. But in the corner of his eye, he sees something. It's the entity.
I see you.
But in the middle of Tyler messaging, the entity disappears into the fog. Tyler is shocked. He's speechless. He doesn't want to be in this server anymore. He wants to get out. He wants to have freedom. He just wants to play Minecraft again. But what can he do to get his server back? He can't find his name, he can't get him in the console, and he can't ban the entity from the server. Everywhere he goes, he just starts seeing weird things pop up in his world. It just doesn't make sense. He had an idea that maybe if he goes exploring and away from his base, he might be able to find land that's not infected. He puts the pieces together and figures out the problem, but how can he fix it? He decides, why not beg the entity, maybe he'll just let us have the server back under one condition. Tyler says he'll do anything to revert it back, but nothing seems to happen. It's getting awfully quiet, and the entity hasn't been seen yet. He decides why not try going back to the console. Maybe there's a way he could ban him. Maybe. But very, very unfortunate news, he can't get in anymore. He's been locked out.
Wait, what? This is the right password. Let me try again. Okay, hang on, this can't be right, surely not.
It seems like it'd be impossible to hack someone just from building blocks in a world, but somehow this entity was able to do it. Or maybe it was one of Tyler's friends. Perhaps his brother. Well, we'll never know. He goes back to Minecraft, and he's contemplating just leaving the world forever. He goes AFK and stands still for a while, not moving at slightest, until he gets back. And as he's walking, guess what happens? He hears footsteps on the left and a hit. The entity is here. Another one-on-one with the entity. Tyler tries to argue with the entity, give him back his server, but again, it's not gonna happen. This interaction with the entity is different though. He stated you don't get to play, hinting at the fact that something bad is about to happen. Tyler keeps begging and begging, but unfortunately his time is coming to an end. Final video of Tyler51's channel, A Loop in the System. Weeks later, Tyler is finally unbanned and is able to play again. But I'm gonna let this video play out itself and we'll understand that the entity has won and Tyler's life is gonna be replayed forever. In the middle of the video, a weird glitch happens, and I figured out that if you mess with the brightness a bit, it reveals an Imago link. Typing this would lead you to an image with Morse code and a title named file name, but when you download the file, it shows us another code, but I just could not figure it out. So I moved on to just translating the Morse code, and it inputs to server will be deleted in 1 month.